Hello, everybody. Yes, welcome to uh, today's live talk show. Yep. Today I'm the host for my personal teammate, which is Fendy Group, some of the project I see, and I'm very thankful that I can have this opportunity to share some of the things like how we work as a team, and we slowly learn to become a very into project sales, and definitely not saying that started as a agent straight away go into project marketing. For me myself, I started as a resale agent in 2007 and started doing private resale, rental, and HDB also. So after 2013, I joined Huttons. So from Huttons, I start to find out on this project marketing role and start to learn about how to do marketing in project sales and also slowly fall in love with it. I believe some of us here will be thinking, real estate agent, what can we do? Meaning, from the start, most of people think that, oh, I must sell, buy, sell, rent, or help your relatives to do their selling or buying, or even their properties to manage their portfolio. And some of us may be thinking, hey, maybe I just want to do some referral and get the license, just park there. Of course, as a career, actually, have you know that being an agent, you have a career, real career such as being appointed like a project in charge. You're managing portfolio from developer end, and also managing for company as well. So you can actually work closely with people who are giving their so-called inventories to help them to sell in the market. And you, as a project IC, you actually can do even more, meaning not just based on marketing from your normal resale so home. You're also doing a project IC to upsell the project and make it better to help the developer to reach out into the market as well. Okay, today I have a few of my friends who is here. Probably I just let them say hi to you. Okay, let me unmute them. All right, I think it should you be. Maybe I just pull him off the backstage. Okay, I have Ronald, Danny, and Nicholas. Maybe you have. Yeah, so before we start, I have did some slide for introduction. So today's talk show is all into project in charge role, and also how they actually slowly to become a project in charge in this so-called real estate career path. Of course, for me, I also learned that being a self-employed, you not just being as a self-employed, do your own things. You actually can have a career path as well. Okay, so right now I go into my slide. Okay, these are the IC that I work with them since the start of our career path. Actually, I'm missing Matthew, who is currently in another workshop meeting, and Noel, he's there in a hospital, so he's actually taking care of his father right now. Adrian is also in the meeting, but he's at the backstage listening to our sharing. Yeah, so I have this photo that I took is actually some of their so-called work they are doing on the ground. Maybe I have Danny to share a little bit about himself. Hi, Danny.
Hey, hi. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, I'm also doing the same few projects as Fendy. I'm doing Cambridge Hill residences, seaside residences, and also I'm doing Pullman residences. So I've been project IC for 2 years. Yeah, it has been a very engaging and fun role to play. To enjoy this immersing moment every time that we encounter, regardless whether buyers or teammates or even our counterparts. Yeah, so have been enjoying this IC role. So yeah, so next please.
Maybe I ask some question for Danny first before
Sure.
okay. So Danny, I believe we know each other for quite some time and after joining Huttons, why do you choose to become a so-called project IC? I mean, is it something that you are looking for? Why give you the so-called role, why you want to become an agent? Because I see that you're doing very well in your HDB as well, but you wanted to start to be IC. What's the motivation?
Okay. Frankly, I think for myself is I pretty lazy lah. Okay, so I think become a project IC is good because I don't have to run around. Last time when I do resale it's so tiring. Have to entertain all the owners, have to entertain the buyers and things like that. So we do a lot of running around, so very tired lah. So I think I come over. Then one of my friend last time from another company. So he was telling me, 做 project 很好嘞。我说有什么好？那 aircon 免费啦，电免费啦，parking 免费啦，水免费啦。So say okay lah, then you don't have to run around, and you get to enjoy all this aircon. Then okay lah, become IC, you get a decent income, good overriding and stuff like that. So I said, not bad lah, maybe can try because if I really go in and then I don't enjoy, going back to resale is no issue for me lah. So I thought, why not? Yeah, we should just go ahead and try. So this is where I am today because of my friend.
Good. Okay, maybe I ask Ronald already because Ronald. Okay, this photo I took is actually Ronald with Daniel Tew lah. So I personally don't really know Ronald. Actually, Ronald came on board from Daniel Tew, which also under our wing. So Daniel Tew, although he's no more our project in charge, he's supposed to be inside also previously. He stepped down. Yeah. Well, anyway, so Ronald, maybe you want to share a little bit on yourself.
Hey, hi everybody. Welcome to the talk show. Okay, in any way, I think for myself, compared to the rest of the people over here, I'm the most junior in terms of joining this industry. In fact, I only joined this industry probably about coming to 3 years mark or so. Yep. All right. So previously it was not doing all this at all. Previously I'm in the military, so totally different ball game altogether. So I've come on board and try out. Basically, it's just really trying out. All right. So then was like really greenhorn. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to zoom into. So it's just trying out. So and I embark onto international projects as well as local projects. Both I try to do. Reason why I do both local and international projects is because it's just to tailor to the different client needs in my own perception. End of the day is like there will be definitely people who are looking for assets, property investment kind of thing, but not everybody will be able to invest in Singapore, right? Because of the high cost involved, especially also in talking about ABSD, etc. So having an international portfolio is always that's another alternative to help your clients to basically build their future assets. Yeah, so that's why I embark onto international. Also glad to have the company giving me the support in a way. That's why within such a short period, actually, I moved on from Project 2IC to Project IC in international and eventually hold on to the role of business development as well. All right. So, of course, when I embark onto this, the difference apart from the rest of the agents is I'm not handling just salesperson, clients, but also there's another part that is talking to the developers. So negotiating contract, etc. So this is another portfolio that currently I'm still doing. Yeah.
Great. So from here, I can see that. What's your first project that you did? Is it UK or Australia or
My very first
Thailand?
project is Park Botania.
Oh, Australia. Oh, okay. Great, great. Yeah. So,
Thereafter from Park Botania, actually I did the first project is actually a Thailand project.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like to know. Okay, maybe what's the main reason you become a project IC yourself?
Actually, like I mentioned, is really trying out. It's like, okay, then of course Daniel too was there. Of course, also with Nicholas. All right, so that's when we together embark onto it. In fact, the first project, two IC's job, I think is Australia's one of the project in Queensland. Right, so the three of us was actually running this project. Yeah, so it's just like trying out. So got the opportunity just learn, see what are the roles and all those things. Apart from that, really got not much expectation from it. It's just really going in to just try out anything first. Yeah.
Great. So so have Nicholas. Nicholas, where are you now?
Hi everybody, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. Right now, Fendy, to answer your question, I'm currently based in Taipei. Yeah, so I'm actually out of station from Singapore. Yeah.
So how's everything at Taipei right now?
No complaints actually. The weather is good. Food is decent, Asian food. So not much. Not much different in terms of what I'm expecting. Yeah, but I do miss a bit of local Singapore food lah, for sure.
Great. So so Nicholas, maybe you want to share a little bit about yourself and how you come into real estate. Then
Okay.
yeah.
Sure. Well, I came into real estate about 10 years ago. The reason was because I was actually studying in international school for a bit, and then I used to have a lot of classmates, schoolmates looking for places to rent, etc. And then I used to refer them to a friend of mine who was then a real estate agent. Yeah, and then he just told me one day, why don't you try take the exam for yourself, and then and see how you like serving them by yourself. And then so I decided, okay, why not? And then the rest is history. Yeah. So it's, pretty.
So from the current position, you have also do international project, right?
Yes,
so
that's
what
correct.
you choose to be a project IC?
One of the reasons why I actually wanted to become a project IC was partly was because I actually have this passion to grow a personal sales team, but I also want to learn people management skills on a different level. Yeah, so that actually pushed me to be a project IC. The reason why I actually chose the international sector was because like my colleague Ronald actually shared earlier, is that our direct manager Daniel was in the international scene, and at the point of time, it was a good opportunity for us to go in and understudy him, at the same time learn the ropes, so to speak. Yeah, so I've always had a passion for international market because I think it creates a very unique niche in the real estate sector. Yeah.
Great. Yeah, some people comment, wow, maybe Roy want to ask, wow, is that being an IC with so much responsibility, still need to take care of own self, still take care of others? Is it 五花?
um maybe personally to me, just to answer that question, in a nutshell, I think it's Wuhua because it actually gives a different sense of it gives a different sense of belonging and a different sense of passion because I would say random agents in a company that is not directly under your team, etc. They actually become your friends. You know, they end up becoming your friends, and they end up looking to you for help, for advice. It's just very it's a very comforting thing to know that you can actually help people. Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
okay, great to know that. Okay, maybe I go back to just now. I think Adrian was in, but now I think
Yeah.
he just went out again.
Yeah.
Okay. So from today, actually we have six of supposed to have seven, include me. But I think some of us has been offline, so maybe I just do a simple so-called hosting with you all. At the same time, I want to ask one question. What's the difference being an IC compared to being a normal RES? Maybe for people like Danny, because you've been resale agent, but being IC, like just now a comment already asked, become IC. Although Nicholas asked, I think I already answered the question, but what about you, Danny? How do you find?
I think in every different role, you have different responsibility lah. Frankly, even if you don't become an IC, even if you just be a normal RES, your responsibility towards your buyers, whether are they buying something good, are they buying something worth, that is the most important, things like that. I think we are still responsible for each and every individual. It's just that being IC is a little bit more product focused. We are more centric, so we really just take care of the project, like our own baby lah. So it really depends. To a certain extent, I think the responsibility is worth it, especially when you are being rewarded and 人家看得起你，就是这样。Yeah. So 天降大任于斯人也。so 我们就是负责这一块。
Yeah. So how about Ronald? Do you think any difference from a normal RES and being IC?
To say no difference then is a bit fake. Right. Honestly, of course, like what I think the comment mentioned is quite true. In terms of responsibility, definitely more, right? Of course, if let's say you talk about your own being a normal RES, your like what Danny mentioned, your responsibility is really solely towards your client. Of course, when we do our own sales, we still have our own client to serve. That is what we need to do. And on top of that, then we have to push for the projects and do other responsibility. But again, it's like really what you want. Like more for, although initially when I step on a 2IC, I don't know what really to expect and all those things. But as the time progressed on and all those things, because you see different things, especially now in my role when I talk to developers and all those things, you actually do open up yourself to another possible eventual tie-ups for something more. So it really depends on you. So it really depends on how you want to do it. And when we do international itself, also a lot of people may not want to do international because it's another different area of things that you really need to learn. But again, you also open up yourself to other opportunities. Really, it's like you go to certain country and you can establish yourself there. So these are things that it's really how you look at it. I think there's no
free trip was all right.
Of course,
Adrian is here. Hey, hi, Adrian.
Hey. Hello. Managed to log in.
Oh, okay, yeah. Great. How was
good and clear? Okay lah, as usual.
As usual. Okay lah, since Adrian is here, probably share a little bit about yourself. So before I go into further sharing.
Oh, okay. About myself. Okay. I think for me, I mean, like this group of people over here, I'm probably one of the. I mean, I guess I'm the newest in this group. So I think for me, so far, I think my experience as a IC is not very long. I think less than a year, but so far it has been, I would say, very enriching. Okay, and for me, I think I probably will have to maybe just share my this little personal experience lah. It's actually how I got into this role. So I mean, for me, I'm actually all along since young I have a passion to take on leadership roles. So I think when I first joined the industry back in 2018, and then of course Huttons, and then we are project marketing company. So started doing projects, and then I still remember very clearly how I was a core team at Riverfront, and then there was one fine day. I'm not sure whether Fendy you remember, but you actually came to talk to me,
Yeah,
and then you
correct.
actually open up a little of my mind, asking me to take on the GR role. Okay, so I think after talking to you and all this, and also because of my own personal desire to always want to take on leadership role, so I actually decided to give it a shot. To be honest, before you came to talk to me, I thought that I was a bit too new for it, like because I was just starting out. So yeah, but I guess you really help. You have been helpful to actually tell me that although I may be new, but you can give it a shot. Yeah, so that's how I got into my first GR role in Jadescape, which is also the project that you recommend back then. I still remember, because back then, to be honest, I was just starting to pick up. I was like, wow, so many projects around, but I also don't know which one to pick. But you say that to go for Jadescape is a good project, and so I think I never regretted that decision. It was really a good project, and then I think almost 2 years, coming 2 years already for this project, and then learn a lot, and then progress up to IC in this in the same project. So and it really also opened up my, I would say, knowledge also, because I really get to see what happens in the background. Like like when I first started, I do sales. We never think of what's happening in the background with developers and things like that. You just close the deal, you get the buyers to sign all the thing, and then that's it, and you're done. But then I realized that actually at the background, there's really a lot much more work happening in the background to make things very smooth running for agents. They just come in, they submit the documents and everything, locking everything, and then they go into their system. Everything is all there already. And all these are actually done by, the ICs now. Yep. So
Great.
that's my experience.
Thanks for your great sharing. So you actually start, as you already mentioned, so from a GL slowly become IC. I bring them in, just now Danny was somehow gonna knock out something. I got some question on the ground. Start from Roy. Roy Sang say, being a leader is never easy, especially now, this COVID period. How you guys condition your team? Yeah, maybe who want to? I mean, for us, we know we are also running our own team at the same time, running for company. So if being a team leader like me, I think is to motivate the ground, and I help to just share good news, positive news. Example, even a small closing like a renter during COVID period, we also celebrate together as a team, especially in the group chat we had together, and we also highlight how they do it and how easy in another way. So now a lot of us are actually facing this issue. Thanks guys for asking and also for concerning on our job as well. But for new launch, I believe many of us also lost track of how to do, like example, doing a Zoom presentation, brand new way of so-called connecting with buyers. So right now, a lot of people are doing this so-called live open house. At the same time, they're also doing so-called presentation through this type of e-way. But I felt that buyers are more receptive right now. compared to the past. And buying new launch is like buying BTO lah. I mean, example, you buy BTO right now, I don't see there's a show flat. It's just selecting your unit. So it's always depend on the buyer financial. So we still have to work on the ground as well. Condition, I think most of us at start, all of us feel very down, slowly pick up from there. I have another question from the crowd. Cindy Lim, she asked, what's the most challenging task being a project IC? Maybe I answer all the questions. Maybe from Danny. Don't laugh.
I think the most challenging stuff task when managing as a project IC is about how to keep your blood pressure low. I think that one is that is the most challenging part lah. You know, frankly, because we really meet a lot of funny people every day lah. You know, they ask you funny question. You know, so I think that is the most challenging task. But other than that, I think the rest are all pretty fine lah. Because frankly, most of them are mainly all of us are adults lah. So we will know, you know, really can do or cannot do. Then you know you see a lot of people try to push and test water and every time keep telling us, hey, try this one, try that one. Then sometimes you will find that, hey, well, the thing you ask me to ask the developer really the developer look at me they will think that it was called Danny Xiao. Yeah. You know, they ask like okay, they want to buy 2 units side by side. They tell you but the building already built up to 10-20 floor already. Then they tell you, hey, can you ask the developer to knock down the in-between wall? I say, siao how to go and ask? Later knock already, the rest all drop down how? Then So you know, we meet people like that. But other than that, I think I see challenging other than keeping blood pressure low is of course to how to get a good selling angle and help your team to close the sales. I think that is also a challenging part, especially nowadays. You know, the internet, everything is so naked. You know, practically you key in Google, you get every damn thing on the line. So yeah, for my side.
How about international project? Maybe I ask, let's say, Ronald, international project, because I believe local, they can see the show flat. But what about international? Maybe Ronald will answer, then maybe ask Nicholas later.
Okay, so putting up for international versus local, there's a huge difference. So basically, but in fact, it may be a blessing in disguise kind of thing. Rightfully, during COVID period, we should be able to close more international because actually there's not much of difference because whether you do when there's COVID or no COVID, actually we still do the same way because there's no need for viewing. There's no way you can view unless you fly down. But of course, we do have our own challenge in terms of there will be buyers definitely who want to travel and want to go to site and see. All right. So the key challenge from here is you may lose the client if they decide to fly on their own. So they can go there and then eventually, if let's say over there got some sales agent actually approach them and all those things, they can swing them to another project kind of thing. Then you may eventually lose the client. So for us itself, that's why we also embark onto the study tour kind of thing here with clients, a property tour. So they will bring them on board. So we bring them and see the projects and all those things. So of course, the time commitment and all those things will be more, definitely. So these are some of the challenges that we do face. Of course, like what Danny mentioned, and for those, still the same. Whether you do local or do international, I think, it is about the same. So whatever Danny just now mentioned about the two, same thing. Client just recently also got a client asking, I want 2 bedroom, 2 bedroom side by side, cannot. But you know from the floor plan there isn't such 2 bedroom side by side. Yeah, so it's like asking the developer, you can revamp your whole floor plan and then just put to this kind. So yeah, I think it's pretty common, whether is it local or international. I think, yeah.
Okay, so I got some question from Roy again. Wow, Roy very active. Hey, it happened there are some negative member in the team giving negative influence. How you guys handle? Maybe for new IC, let Adrian say because he wasn't have much airtime just now. Adrian.
Okay, I think rather than tackling on saying that, like, let's say negative members, maybe I share on a more broader perspective. So I think which also is a bit linked to the previous questions, like in terms of what's the most difficult role for the IC. I think as an IC, right, we are like the center point of this guy in the middle. We have to manage all the different stakeholders around us. Okay, and my stakeholder means not just your project team. Okay, you have your hypers. Okay, then you have our management. You have the developers. So you have to manage all these stakeholders very properly. And to be honest, all these stakeholders have different objectives in mind. Okay, and you like it or not, the reality is that when you want to do something, maybe you will probably make this group of stakeholder happy, but maybe you need to make another group a little not so happy. Okay, so I think as I see, the most important thing is really to strike this balance in managing all these stakeholders, so that when any decision you make, you can try to make sure that everyone is happy enough in that sense, lah. So I think when it comes to, let's say, back to the question about negative people, I think for me, my personal style will be I tend to take a more personal approach. If let's say I identify that it's not because of a project structure or something big that is causing the problem, it's more of a personal problem, then a one-on-one session with the person, and to really understand why this person thinks or behaves the way he or she behaves now. Because I firmly believe that at the end of the day, if someone were to behave in a manner, okay, there must be a reason behind it. And sometimes we will never know. Maybe this person is really having a hard time back home, something that we don't get to see often. So sometimes it's really about going deep down, find the root cause, and once you're able to find this root cause, to be honest, finding the solution, I don't think it's difficult, because once you can find the root cause, most people will be able to just tackle the root cause and help. At the end of the day, I think as long as we show that we are willing to help them, even negative people, I think you can actually bring them back on to the ship and turn them positive. Yeah, so that's
I think the network of Adrian already. Okay. Jenny asked, hey Danny, did you miss your Luan Gong?
Haven't start my notes.
Haven't started Luan Gong. Then I got another question. How do you decide which project to choose? Become an IC based on our com or based on the perks from developer?
Wow, this question. Sensitive, really. Yeah, man. Okay, frankly, for our side, we don't really choose which project to go, but the company would look at different aspects. What are the company plan, like where they want to put you, or which area you are good with, and then they will just decide lah. Then we will just go lor. Booking. So ultimately, comms lah, perks lah. To be frank, from the initial stage, nobody have any idea. Then imagine you want to squeeze juice from the rock, sometimes also quite pathetic one. So 后面两个不要讲讲了眼泪会流啊。
Actually, to add on actually we do not have a choice to decide which project to do lah. I think basically company decision lah. They decide for us. But more important is whether we have the profile to fit into what they want us to sell. It's all depend on what we do. Yeah. So she also. So
No,
you
of course,
don't
if we
think
cannot, yeah, we don't like really like if I stay, you see, I stay the east, ask me go and do Jurong, then don't want then I will reject. Of course, company is liberal, they won't say, hey, cannot we give you must take. No they don't shove things down your throat.
Okay lah. So I think some of us have answered some of the question. Okay, actually we have 1 hour. So for me, I actually have I did some slide lah. So let me share a little bit. Matthew is not here lah. Matthew actually is one of the our IC has started with me very early. So he actually did a very early role as a GL in Botanic and Bali. And somehow I took up a core team first, but after that the GL on top of him actually stepped down. So he took over the GL role, and slowly he become IC today lah. He's not with us today. He's in another workshop. So I just share a little bit about him. I put practice put brains in your muscle. Maybe you all can see the full screen easily lah. So practice put brain in your muscle. That's what I share. Okay. One thing about him is that I know him since many years back. We were very good friends, working in an ex-agency lah. So these are even have a similar date with my wife birthday. So this is Matthew lah. Then of course this is Botanic Bartley. Then so I actually show you some of the photos of what he did. He actually become very focused in doing new launch, but he was previously doing resale, but just that he didn't manage to do most of the resale so-called HDB, didn't close a lot of deals. Then I told him, hey, why not come to Huttons? We do new launch together. Yeah. Then of course, maybe I share from more of what he do lah. Then he also start to work closely with the project in charge and start to promote to become chief GL and City Suites. City Suites is actually first chief GL project. Beforehand is actually this 12 on Shan, which first day 0 sales. Then he actually didn't manage to earn anything, nothing. So he was quite sad, and developer actually took back the whole project. They want to do their they say as a service department. So he was posted to another project called City Suite, and he is actually focused and helping developers sell QP project. So that time City Suite already completed, and he took over, and he actually managed to close a few his own as well. So I'm very happy for him then. And slowly he become very actively. Of course, this is previous tagging. He already actively doing a lot of tagging, and now also sustain a very good so-called comfortable income lah. Yeah. Then of course from there he already in the project in charge already. Now at Mayor Mansion, also other few projects like Gazania, and also this LeQuest. And of course, he also actively doing his so-called own personal thing lah. I know him. He has some hobby lah, which is cycling, and this is his very. I mean, everyone have a very nice background to know the person better, because he's not here now. I'm talking for him. It's like so funny. Then he also have a very cute dog lah. Called Fat. Something I also enjoy knowing him lah. Yeah. So this dog is actually one of the very cute dog. Okay, so this is for Matthew. Just add on lah. Okay, Danny. So for Danny, maybe I just put him on the air. Okay. How do I? Never mind. I think I just do this.
Yeah, just do like that. I think it should be fun.
Okay, this is actually for people who are looking at this photo. Okay, before that, I got some question in the Facebook. Fendy looking good. Yeah, thanks. I put a bit of weight already. Do put not a bit, a lot of weight. Why say why how come? Because so many my weights are become bigger already recently. Yeah. I think Roy want to ask for current situation, what is you guys advice for buyer? Okay,
Advice. Oh,
what do you think?
I think now this current market, good time to go in. Yeah, because you look at the past news reports and some researchers and studies that they actually did, the sales and the prices for properties they have this tendency to actually increase and go back to norm or even higher than the norm. Because after every pandemic, there's always a rise. So it's a good opportunity. Buyers always like to ask, hey, when is a good time to buy? Good time to buy 10 years ago lah. Correct or not? 10 years ago you buy, then of course sure make money. But during 10 years ago, I tell you the same thing, you also don't believe. So now today, whatever I tell you, you also don't believe. So you go and look at the studies, now this kind of time, everybody kanchiong. When they kanchiong how, everybody got stuck. Probably some sellers they cannot increase their price, some they need to offload fast. So you don't leverage on this time, then you want to wait until when? Because you will never know when the price will go up. So if you can afford, got spare cash, buy in, don't wait. Don't wait until the durian drop, then go and pick. Because by the time durian drop, the net catch or somebody pick up already. So never got your chance.
True enough. I think got some of our friends here. Hey, host, do they know to catch chicken?
Don't have lah. Where got so many chicken to catch every day?
Okay, then Matthew asked us to go and pick up cardboard. Yeah, so Roy, I think Roy is here. So resale or new launch? He asked you.
Personally, I think if you are just looking at upgrading of size, space, if you need space, resale will be good. But if you are buying for future investment and stuff like that, I think the new launch is of a much better bet rather than buying a resale for investment, which now same thing lah. Everybody got stuck. So tenants don't dare to move, landlord don't dare to increase their rent and stuff like that. So it's not very viable if you're buying for investment now for resale. Yeah, unless you're finding something that market sell 1 million, this one bo pian want to the house got fire already, must sell, die, they have to sell 200,000-300,000 below value, then okay lah. But if not, I think to upgrade for size, resale, then if you are going for investment, new launch will be good.
Thank you, Danny. Okay, Danny asked why Matthew you're not here. You call him directly lah. He's in the workshop. Yeah. Thank you, Roy. Yeah. So yeah, it's a needs and want lah. Okay so let me add on what I share about Danny. Why I put Danny is under the life is meant to be lived as a celebration. Personally, I felt Danny has a very positive character. He bring fun in the team lah, which I really feel from our group. And he always put in 100%, even work or even his playing. So this is something I learned about Danny. Okay, he actually started with our previous agency from, you can see this banner. Wow, you see, wow, Yen Dao handsome Danny. So he's also been doing resale in Hougang area. We previously called it GTA, and very actively also look, I guess. I think his banner is Hougang. Then This is our first project, working very close. I mean, second in terms of east side. We did see side together, and this see pavilion. So we have a fun time with our ICs, which is Michael Han and Elvin as well. And that's where we get to see Danny step up to also slowly become IC. He wasn't IC then yet. He was a GL. So I think he actually feel this part of, maybe that's why I already mentioned why he became IC. Yeah. Of course, he became a very consistent tagging agent. Of course, you all know Murphy Lau. This is a very active user in Huttons. And I think he also got so-called makan session with Murphy. Murphy 请吃饭.
Yeah.
So I think it's good. I mean, Hutton agent, they are quite nice. They will treat our IC or tagger. I mean, they appreciate us for some, but not all, of course. Not easy to have both, to manage both in another way. Then slowly promote to become a chief GL, and then that's where he also become fall in love. On the same day, he become promoted, also close the deal himself. Of course, he start to become an IT in Rivertrees residences with our team and Noel. And I think he's a very lucky guy, working closely with Mary together. And Mary also have a lot of event. I think he lovable. Everyone love him. And I love to see him doing all this cooking thing. A lot of Facebook page, if you're aware, he do a lot of his own culinary. One channel, 那个叫什么啊?
What's food?
What's food? Yeah. So if you enjoy makan, you can look for him as well. And we also work closely with ERA and SRI team as well in Seaside. Getting March and Joel in the picture. Also took by Terence, also ERA.
Yeah, correct.
Then he also has been consistently doing helping IC and of all the ICs in the picture as well. And we also have a leadership, so-called a retreat or boot camp, I'm not sure, but it's just an activity done by Huttons, and I felt it's fun, and a lot of us enjoying along the way. You can see now he's in Pullman IC, working with Freddy, and Ronald also in the picture. So I think this is where we had our D&D, right?
Yeah, D&D.
Yeah. And recently early this year, we have a retreat in Vietnam. Danny is also the one of the community doing the games, and he helped a lot of people, so-called arranging, managing all these activities. Not easy to plan ahead for big group going overseas.
Yeah.
Which is Vietnam. Some of us first time going there in Da Nang, and I felt we all enjoyed what we planned. Of course, the community head, I think Dave Choice is doing all this, but I think community also not easy to work together. And from there, we can see a lot of fun. I felt he's also very lovable person. He always bring his wife to a lot of places and a lot of food. So he actually a very loving person as well. And definitely someone who really enjoy and being successful in his way. I felt he really put in effort. And definitely he also will be sharing on the circuit breaker closing next. I mean, when the circuit breaker closing?
This Sunday, 18 号.
This Sunday. Yeah, he will be sharing with the RTD. So you can tune in. And I believe working with him, lots of fun. Something I love about Danny. Yeah. Danny 有什么感想吗？
感想啊， no lah. I love all these people that I'm working with. Really, you know, of course we have our fair share of challenges. You know, but mainly we have fun. You know, we really take this role as an IC and also with the company. More to me, it's more like play rather than just solely work. You know, we enjoy every moment. You know, we talk a lot of rubbish every time when we are in show flat. Then we come with funny ideas lah. Have steamboat inside show flat lah, this and that lah. Then we order Hai Di Lao with the rest of our counterparts from other company. Yeah. So I think these are the fun part that I like personally. Yeah. Then I got a lot of funny people around me. Yeah. So yeah, that's my take lah. So really be IC, okay, good, decent return, then fun. You learn a lot of things. You take up more responsibility. You see things from different perspective. So yeah, I'm really lucky to be here lah. Yeah.
We got our old friend Gilbert. Say hi to you guys. Hello, Gilbert.
Hi.
Yeah, I think it's a journey lah of what we did.
Yeah, true.
Quite fun. A lot of memories, great memories. Yeah, so probably Danny, I hope to continue see you doing well and doing even better for people in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, so next, I think I'll share a little bit about Ronald. I didn't know Ronald a lot, so sorry. But I think from his Facebook, he's a very fun person, and he don't really show a lot in the. He's very introvert. Yeah, being introvert, you won't really see his real self. But I felt that he has bring a lot of people to another level. In his career, I can see he is actually very active. Of course, being officer, he also and on the ground, he also feel he's not that kind of officer that's very far apart from the people. Because I can see from his Facebook, he attend many weddings and a lot of weddings. So I can see the people that work with him really want to be close with him. Not like some officer, you see him, you say, wow, want to school backward one, that type one. Yeah. So I think he's someone that can be close with, very, very close with. Yeah. So he's very humble. So I put being humble in heart and wise in my point. Because you must be a thinker, but at the same time, you are not showing off. Yeah. So someone who is at a very high post, but at the same time, you don't need to use the rank and title to talk to people. That's how I feel about him. And even at his early care of I want to share a bit of your heart. This 2003, your bit of first mono intake.
Yes, this one is first mono intake for the battalion. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So you can see this is the time when he was in the force, and you can see that. Wow, is this your people? Of course, as you can see a lot of kids, and of course you see. I don't know. I see a picture with a lot of cute boys and cute animals. Of course,
animals.
No lah. Animal, is it? You got animal?
That was my dog.
Yeah, he has a lot of big heart, good heart, and definitely, if you are still looking, I mean, you are someone who are looking for a guy like him, maybe you can come and look for him, lah. And I want to see the married photo. Is not the one you attending the wedding. It's we attending your wedding one day, lah.
Yeah.
對喎，
對
手一筆嘅。Share a little bit about yourself, lah.
What else you want to know?
Bank account for how much?
Look for which type of.
Want to know more? Then we can go for drinks, lah. Yeah. Then you will see you will know me better.
Yeah.
Always.
Of course, we all want to help a very nice friend in our group lah, who really taking care of a lot of people. So I feel like if can set your family as your next goal lah. You have enough on work already, so look for something that I think is more important.
赚够了，是时候花钱了。
Not enough yet. Still need to establish for retirement first.
然后大家讲一点自己吧，这几年在 real estate 的感想。
Actually, honest truth is very different. Very different from my 20 years career in army. Totally different altogether. Of course, inside there, you treasure the friendship and all those things. But of course, when you come out, real estate is still something like very individual kind of thing. But of course, you still can meet your friends and all those things. Not say cannot. Yeah. But of course, because due to our roles in international, so a bit different. We seem to be a bit further away from you guys because of our concentration is more on international. But doesn't mean that I don't come to the local scene now. Because even for myself, I'm still I still do OPB. Yeah. So yeah, one per bank. Yeah. So at that instance also, I will definitely get to know people. But of course, my concentration is more in the international portion. Yeah, so a lot of time is spent in the international market per se. So yeah, so that's why even office wise a bit different, man. You're most of the time in Bishan, but then we are not really in Bishan. Previously in the city, now we are in Bio. So that's why it seems like we are a bit distant. That's why sometimes you depend on your upline or see whether our upline will have more gathering or people ask if I will go away. Don't know when he will.
Confirm will have one.
I'm not saying Fendy. I'm sorry. I'm talking about another one. I don't know.
Another one. He's not in. He's not here. Actually, for me, I think I'm very thankful lah. I'm very thankful to have, because I also an officer, but I'm not a sign-on officer. Being an officer, you have a very big heart to help people in your life, because I think you see many more people from the 20 years career, and I do see your leadership will help many owners, many buyers, and also many so-called friends in your this life, and certainly people in our team as well. And I really foresee one day you also take charge, not just international project, and you may be doing even better. So I do see long term this team will grow even better with leadership like you guys here taking care of people. I'm very thankful. Yeah. Okay, so let me go into the next person that I want to share is Nicholas. Yeah, far from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Okay. I only put Liverpool. The rest I don't need to put. No lah. Liverpool fan. Yeah, Liverpool. Yeah. Okay. Back to this. If you all agree, never mind. Okay, Liverpool. I thought about Liverpool. About Nicholas. Sorry. Your net worth is your net worth. Why I put this in Nicholas is because he has a very good character. I know him in this very interesting. I share one thing with you. This is actually one thing that I really think he is someone that I not normal, being very close to family. Okay, this is actually a video that I saw from one of our Asian poaching project. This is wedding, this wedding Wilangsai. Okay, first of all, I want to ask you, why you have a thought of having lion dance in your wedding?
It's very interesting that you asked this. Well, because like many a times because long story short, I actually grew up mixed heritage, so I'm actually a lot of times people just assume that I am Chinese because of my surname. But if you actually, because you went to my wedding, you will notice that majority of my friends, even my best man, was actually Indian. And I also just wanted to show the closest people, my friends and family who were there, that I am as Chinese, as much a Chinese person as I am a Indian person, and being a growing up mixed heritage, you can have the best of both worlds, lah. So I really just wanted to show that aspect of myself. Yeah.
You got friend say hi to you.
Oh,
And
hello.
Miss you guys. Yeah. Jenny
Hello,
was
hello.
asking why got matchmake never do. Sorry, 配对成功吗？no lah, don't have this session lah. You want me to do this session also can lah.
The best part
want to
the
come
best
to my
part about
talk show, please
unscripted.
join in. Okay, so why I put Nicholas as in your net worth is your net worth? Because I see that you are very into BNI. Your BNI is a business networking. So I do see you contribute quite a lot of your time working with maybe your mentors, and you actually share about this. I mean, how's your BNI time? I didn't know about that as well.
Yeah. Maybe I just share. Yeah. So for when I was in Singapore for about a year and a half, I was actually in BNI. And BNI actually really one thing it really helped me was that aside from knowing more friends, making more connections, is that it really gives me a better insight on how SMEs, bosses, run their business, and also different salespeople ideas of selling their own products. Yeah, and actually that also gives me a certain edge when it comes to being a project IC. Whenever I need context or whenever I need help, like printing brochures, designing something and all that, I simply just reach out to my BNI contacts. Yeah.
All right. So, of course, then you step to our project in charge in London, I mean UK, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
UK.
Okay. So actually, yeah. So maybe you want to share a little bit of your so-called the time that have been with in real estate, or maybe this time where you're working or with the group of people in BNI, all this, or maybe until now you're in Taiwan.
Sure, no problem. Well, because like for me, I started like real estate as my first out the gate. It was my first full-time career. A lot of times I started out doing like the usual agency stuff and everything, and then one of the first few projects that I actually did was Coven Residence. I was just a regular agent then. And then I moved out to doing KL projects, and I slowly fell in love with international. But through the years, because a lot of referrals became HDB and stuff, until really by fate, I actually met up with my now current manager, Daniel. We actually had a chance to sit down and really talk about career planning. And to be honest, he was actually the first person in my now 10-year career in real estate that actually bothered to sit down and do career planning with me. Yeah, and with my time in BNI as well, I actually really started to appreciate what it is to be a salesperson, because a lot of times people look at you and think that, oh, you know, you're just a regular sales guy, and like being a agent is not a real job per se until you know you actually come in and experience it for yourself lah. You know, and actually just to add on to what a lot of my colleagues here who have already shared, I'm actually very, very thankful that this bunch of us are actually able to casually chit chat, talk nonsense, we're able to open up and connect at a more intimate level, so to speak, lah. You know, a lot of times there's always this fear of hierarchy issues and everything, but with us, thankfully, never really experienced that, lah. Yeah, so it's been a really really good experience for me in HI Huttons International. Yeah, doing Liverpool, doing Australia projects, and yeah, I really it's been a very good eye opener as well. So yeah.
Yeah, actually, Nicholas, actually, I personally feel the very deep understanding of him is when during his wedding. I can feel his brothers or cousins very close to him. It's like
Yeah.
a very distant feeling because he put in that kind of friendship that you can't really use words. He actually put in that kind of feel to you that you will do everything just to help his own network. So I felt that this network, being a network, is because he used his pure person, being a very pure and honest person to help a person. So I believe this is not just buying property or selling property. It's actually a network that we are working together.
Yeah.
That is why real estate agent here is actually to bring connection to you and your family as well, and not just locally. And he also bring it all the way to internationally. And now he's in Taiwan. Even in Taiwan, he still can do property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, bro.
Yeah.
Taiwan food, I miss Taiwan. Wow.
Soon,
Go
soon,
to find
soon.
Taimei.
Yeah,
Find
everyone
someone
cannot
soon.
go now. I
You
wish
should
go
want the Ping
now.
Lang Mei next to you. The Ping Lang Mei next to you.
The next person I need to share is not here. His name is Noel Poon. Actually, he's a person that I know only last 2 years more closely. Because this 2 years we've been in the show flat most of the time. So I put the price of greatness is responsibility. Because he put in his role so much that he actually fulfilled this more than a norm, I can say. So that made him great about being an IC. Of course, we actually have been fighting with the big boys because Huttons used to be the biggest one. Then after that, when the time when of course some of the IC went to SRI, then some went to PropNext, things like that. Then we actually very stressed as well. Not easy to form an IC team in this point of time. Then we have to really fight through different big boys challenges, and we have to strive from that. And not easy to get responsibility IC to step up. And Noah is one of them to fight in this battle together. And I very respect in what he do, and as now he's taking care of his father, which is under. Of course, he's still taking care of his father. I cannot share too much of this. He asked me don't share. So yeah, so not easy and he got 2 kids as well, and new boy not old also. And he also attended a course with us, a POP together, and I do see something in him from there, and he actually became a leader. That's why he stepped up to become IC in Cambridge. Then slowly he do leap. It's our Huttons, so-called Huttons way of POP but it's a different level boot camp. So he actually become a lead cadre, and he also spent a lot of time there to help more people. And you can see his enthusiasm from the lead, and he actually enjoy it. I can see from his face he really love what he do. Then this is something not easy. You can ask someone to take zero income to spend a few nights or few days over there, and just to don't know who are they, people who just attend with you, and they are really putting the 100% to help these people. And I do believe, because also with him, that's where you all feel the connection. And just now what Nicholas shared is, yes, you have to be intimate with the person, meaning go to the heart-to-heart talk to find out more of our people in this real estate. And he even have a very good friend who is a cleaner in our Cambridge.
Our favorite.
Yeah, he actually even have a very nice. You see, not all agent will go and talk to cleaner or make friend with cleaner one. So I think Noel has that personality to connect with anyone. So I see that. Yeah,
Fendy, you know what's the best part or not?
what?
This Chinese guy go and talk to this he's a what he's a Pakistan or what, I forgot. Yeah, he talk about cricket Yeah, macam he know like that but he go and talk about cricket. I don't know how he talk really.
Cricket. Oh, okay, that one I don't know.
Yeah.
So quite interesting. Then then he also take up role at the retreat, and of course being a team leader in retreat, also a lot of games and of course game you got to enjoy some rewards. And I do want to thanks to his mentor, which is Ken Tan, which is his manager as well, who always assists him. Even he was just a part-timer in real estate. He started as a part-timer and he actually worked full-time job, and not easy for a full-time job agent and full-time job employee come into real estate as a full-time agent. So he do see a lot of non-stable kind of experience to start off, but actually can actually bring him towards to just start with a basic, which is HDB resale, which I think is very important. Some agents, they do not know even how to do resale, but I think Noel have a very good mentor to assist him. Then slowly he come to approach me for new launch. That's where we start to have a new launch role for him as well, which I think this is he's really a career that he really wanted it so much. He always tell me he really wanted to be a project IC in Huttons. Then he already fulfilled part of his dream. Definitely, meaning still got more to go. So I do see his next few years will be even better. Yeah, so sad that not so sad. Not on the line for him to share about himself. So I only can help him to just talk about him. Okay, the last person I would want to share is Adrian. Okay, Adrian, I know him through our his manager, which is Vicky, and also Ken Tan. I think he already shared about he met me in Riverfront when I was IC there, talk about his role being a GL. So I did told him why he become a GL. But for me, he's a bit different. He think deeper and feel deeper as well. Think better because he has a person. He actually have a lot of foresight, and I also learned from him. He actually start with knowing a bit of like those Telegram things like there are a lot of ways to do a lot of new things which we don't know. He actually already know. So his back end stuff like Facebook marketing is already doing it since back then. So when he's an IC, he actually enhanced the team, meaning he actually provide new marketing solutions, which I really see he's thinking ahead, and he's really have something that we are lacking in the current market, which he has already started to implementing for his own as well. Then I see his photo is mainly family photo. I think he keep to his family a lot, especially his wife. And I can see he love his wife a lot. Yeah, just on the background picture is he and his wife in overseas. And maybe later he can say more about his family lah. So he have a beautiful kids, which is his son and daughter, right? 几岁啊？一个4岁、2岁。
3岁跟1岁。
3岁跟1岁 yeah. Then you can see, he actually have a very nice way of taking photo lah. So being an agent, not easy. You have to take care of your own. You also have to take care of your family, and you also have to take care of the young one. And now with circuit breaker, he also appointed as a forex IC. I think his stress level also there not easy. You have to manage the management, also have to manage the developer. And with that stress level, being IC, you have to step up. And I see his number one. Maybe share a little bit about you and your family and how yourself being an agent to cope both ends.
Okay. Maybe I'll start off with a bit more personal one. So I mean, from the first photo that you all see, with me and my wife overseas, right? So back then, I was actually in the UK. I was actually in Scotland. So I was actually, that was not a holiday lah. So when I was a bit younger, so me and my wife, we actually like, back then was girlfriend. So we actually like to travel a lot. And for me, is traveling is I like the experience of traveling not because of that holiday, that 1-2 weeks, but I actually love experiencing something new, like a new environment. Yeah. So when I was in UK, me and my wife, right, we actually stayed there for 3 years. Okay, we're working there. So so actually we had a pretty good time. Because back then no kids lah, so we can actually afford to when this opportunity comes, can work overseas. So we decided to take it on. So been there for 3 years. I mean, had a good time. Really explore UK, parts of Europe also, and then yeah. So then after that, only have kids, then come back to Singapore. Okay, so okay, for me, when I came back to Singapore, I mean, of course, I wanted to be a self-employed lah. So I happen to know my friend Vicky, who is my manager. So he's my personal friend. So he was like asking me to give real estate a shot. So for me, real estate, all along I do have an interest in the sense that I like to look at real estate like from a buyer perspective. So I was like thinking, since a good friend asked me, and then and my friend said, "Hey, you should be able to do well lah." Then I was like, okay, maybe just give it a shot lah. So so join the industry. But I think a lot of people's I would say impression of, like, let's say, self-employed it's very different, because I think a lot of people sometimes when they see self-employed then if they see the one, they'll be thinking, oh, this person must be making a lot of money, very successful, and things like that. But actually, what they didn't, that's just a small little part that they see, but they didn't see the really the hard work behind. Just for example, a lot of people thought that self-employed, you have control of your time, you have a lot of flexibility. True in some ways, but when you really go into it, then you realize that actually this flexibility is actually not what most people think it is. Like for example, if it comes midnight, my client want to text me, I'm awake, don't reply, man. You still have to reply, right? So I think the flexibility part is really, is one example of what other people think it is, but actually in reality it's very different. And also another thing is that I think as a self-employed, sometimes I'm not sure about other places but I will assume that sometimes for some self-employed, it's actually quite a very lonely job. Because by right, you are accountable for everything, so you have to, no one will force you to do anything. So you have to be, you have to answer to yourself. Okay, but I think for me, so far, my experience as a self-employed, luckily for me, okay, it was not that lonely a journey. It's also because of the people that I get to meet, in Huttons, and I guess because on a normal basis, these people, you can choose to mingle around and also whatsoever. But I guess the company created a very, I would say, conducive environment for people to actually make friends, and this is actually very helpful, because I feel that as a self-employed, if plus the stress you have, and then if you are lonely in the journey, actually I think it's really can be quite stressful. So, but with friends and around, I think it makes the journey a bit more easier, a bit more manageable. Yeah. So for me, I think despite just being maybe just 2 years in it, I think very, very enjoyable, and it's something that I think I will look at more of rather than a short term, but it's more of a mid to longer term journey in this industry. Yeah. So in short, I'm here to stay lah.
Thank you, Adrian. Maybe I just want to see from this family photo and your wife, this photo, I do see he sound really love the people that is putting so much time with him since being a overseas couple all the way now married and with 2 babies. And I think being a father himself, I know Father Day is coming, all guys in the group chat. So sorry the Ron, 你没办法找一个机会Okay, just to add on, I'm very happy that I can also take some time from all this sharing. That being agent, being a father, being a team leader, being IC is the same, because we are taking care of interest for our own family first. Just now Roy Sang in the group, was asking a lot of questions. He's very good that he asked a very nice question. If we being IC, we can't even take care of ourselves, how we take care of others? So I really see that our role is really not easy. That's where leadership actually bring in us to become better and better, so we can do better to help ourselves and also help others, which I think Adrian has this in him. And he's the last person I share because he's the newest IC in our group, and with up and coming project, he's taking care with a lot of under a lot of pressure, but I feel that he will excel from here. So I do see how he will excel slowly, and of course how to bring in more love to the people in his group. And do talk to your 2 upline, Ken and Vicky. Do ask them to support more on the project we are working. Then you will help yourself at the same time. So we want this to be our long-term business together. And I do think that I'm thankful to you in our heart. So, and continue to be this trait and do better. Okay, that's the end for my session. I have overrun my 22 minutes. Thanks for those who are staying put with us, and thankful to have anyone that has any question asked. And I know we are not doing the live one-to-one, single-to-single, but we do have one single here. Do approach him. Yeah. So, but I enjoy this kind of session because I just want to be open to everyone. That all of us here are here to help. So do approach any of our group agents if you need to find out more about the trade, or you want to buy, sell, rent, whatever, also can. And thank you everyone. So I hope to see you guys once we are back, and we will start running the show again. The project I see we must win. Okay. Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.